Thank you, Prime Minister. On behalf of the 12 members of the Parliamentary of the United Resource Party, I want to congratulate the new ministers, Mr. Bando, Mr. Mugadilo, Minister Masari, Minister Rosso, and Minister Maladina, Mr. Boito, and Mr. Maladina, on your elevation to Cabinet. All of you individually bring to the table experience in serving our country as members of Parliament over the last couple of months. Of course, your own experience from wherever you came from. Each one of you have also contributed to Cabinet, and I want to commend at this stage our Prime Minister for selecting them. And I want to remind the two ministers that becoming a minister and serving our people is an honor and a privilege. Becoming a minister becomes various responsibilities, and the expectations of us as ministers and of course members of Parliament is very high. It's a high calling for us to be able to serve our people in Cabinet is one of the highest opportunity, and I know that our Prime Minister selected you carefully with the expectation that all of you will bring to the table your experiences and your qualities, and I look forward to working with you as you continue to work hard for our people, and of course help our Prime Minister run this country. Prime Minister, I want to say that you have elected them carefully, and we all know all our members of Parliament are all ministerial material, and as Prime Minister you cannot appoint all of them as ministers. It has not been a very easy job, but on balance you have carefully selected them, and I see in each one of them people who can serve this country better in their added responsibilities as ministers. And as I said earlier, on behalf of the party that I lead, we will continue to help you run this country. We remain committed to this government. Every day has its own challenge, but we're not here to please everyone. We are here to do what we can for our people. Once again, I thank the Prime Minister for selecting these members of Cabinet. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dunga. Governor Parkop, leader of SDP.
Thank you, Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, Ministers of State, Governors, Members of Parliament, members of the media. And on behalf of our party, I firstly want to thank Prime Minister and Pangu Kokos, Deputy Prime Minister, for his decision to firstly appoint new members of Cabinet, and secondly to reshuffle. Prime Minister, it's not an easy task trying to satisfy everyone, but you have to do what you have to do, and you've done well. Done well in appointing these new ministers. I can see there is a balance, not just a balance on the parties, but importantly balance between generation. That's, I think, important point I want to stress here, that there is experience and there is youth, first time and second time members becoming ministers. It's a very good decision in that respect, that it reaches out to building up the experience and talents and skills and abilities in Cabinet. On this note too, on behalf of our party, I want to congratulate all 6 newly appointed ministers. So welcome all the ministers who've been reshuffled to their different portfolios. The challenge as leader of United Resource Party says to step up. The ministers, they must step up. In the past, we've been ordinary members of Parliament. We can throw stones, we can criticize, but now we must perform and deliver. That's the most important thing. I'm confident these new ministers, they will perform and deliver. They understand the challenges that we have in our country, and it's incumbent on them. On behalf of our party, Prime Minister, I want to thank you for restoring Minister Chochenko back into his ministry as a fully fledged minister. Minister Chochenko is a member of Parliament and minister who performs, without doubt. He's one performing minister, and we all can be content and happy that he is back fully. Again, in terms of what has happened in the past, I think that's the past. We should look to the future, and importantly now, Prime Minister, I want to thank you for restoring him, because you and him and the entire government, we've built a good relationship between across the world, in our region and then the far wider part of our region, into the big economies of the world. You worked so hard, all of you, and with the government working so hard. But with what has happened last week, one day is really affected the standing and reputation of our country. We need a person to step up and regain. And Mr. Chachanko, Prime Minister, he can do that. And this is what I want to let our people to take comfort in this decision. That, it's a good decision because we need to work hard to really sell PNG again, really sell Port Moresby again, really sell our people again. Who's going to do it? Mr. Chachanko is the guy who's been doing it, and he will do it again, no doubt. So I want to thank Prime Minister for making the decision. Secondly, with our Deputy Leader of our party, Honorable Dr. Billy Joseph, I thank Prime Minister. We are the third biggest party, but we have been humble and waiting patiently. We all know the formula, but we have not been pushy because we are here to support the government. Prime Minister support you, and the time will come, and the time came. And I thank you on behalf of our party for making this appointment. Dr. Billy Joseph, doctor in itself, speaks for itself. He's a renowned medical doctor. He's served in the private sector. He runs his own firm, comes with that wealth of experience. And giving us that ministry, Prime Minister, you can be comfort the Prime Minister. It's an important institution of state. It is about our national security. It needs a good, strong minister who is very articulate, understands all the challenges of the state and requirement of that particular portfolio. And Minister Dr. Billy Joseph, he's very competent and skillful in that. He's a very robust person, member of parliament. So I'm very confident that he will handle it. That's it. Therefore, party too, we are foundation member of this government in 2019 and again in 2022. I thank you, Prime Minister. We are here to support the government. SDP is here with the parliament. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Before that, on behalf of every the ministers who are sworn in, they will have all the press moments. But DPM I will summarize later, but I want to ask the leader of Greens Party, Pasare, you want to say one or two words on behalf of the class of new inductees? We're infusing new blood into the scene now.
On behalf of the 6 new ministers, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our Prime Minister, Honorable James Marape, and our Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable John Rosso, for the commitment, but also the trust that they bestowed upon the 6 of us to be able to come into the National Executive Council and provide leadership. And I know there's a lot of work to be done, Prime Minister, and thank you for recognizing leaders to work with the government and with you especially to strengthen some of the areas that we believe that needs reform, changes and direction. On behalf of myself and the other 5 new members, we are confident that we'll bring a wealth of knowledge, our experience from both the private and the public sector, the government and within to NEC, and we will contribute to our people and ensure that the quality of our people and their lives will improve. Whatever happened last week Wednesday, that obviously has set a strong agenda for those of us who are coming to ensure that we give confidence back to our people so that they can trust this government to lead these people forward and into the future. Thank you.
All right, let me ask Deputy Prime Minister, the Deputy Parliamentary Leader of Pango Party, the Honorable John Rosso. He could wrap up our press and then we can call it.
Thank you, Prime Minister. First of all, a warm welcome to all the new ministers sworn in today. Welcome to Cabinat. It's guys, they were picked amongst a basket of equals, all of us representative MPs there. Whilst coming in as a minister is welcome into Cabinet is okay. I throw out a challenge to all the new ministers that work of Cabinet is not easy. We as a country have a lot of challenges. Masere, for example, now will be holding on to one of the key critical areas that we have promised that needs reforms in the electoral control and a few other things that we need to do so that we can meet it before 2027 as a country moving forward. And all ministers, especially in the petroleum, the mining sector, and all these other ministers that are coming, agriculture, it's a huge challenge. I will be expecting all of them to step up to the challenges that our country and our people demands of us. With that, I'd like to say a big warm welcome and get ready to work and work the midnight oil. So it's one kind like our Prime Minister works. He works about 18 hours a day. At the same time, I'd like to say thank you to the 2 coalition partners, the 2 biggest coalition partners, URP and TP. Your nation with us has withstood a lot of tests. and we look forward to that continued working relationship moving forward into the future in the face of many adversities and challenges. For the ministers like Aya Tambua and our member for Sohe and others, I'd like to say thank you. You have made it easier for us to be able to, you did the gentlemanly thing, stood down and allowed the Prime Minister to make the appropriate appointments. To all the other MPs of Parliament, this appointment doesn't mean anyone else is lower than the other. The Cabinet is small, and that means that we cannot be able to afford everyone a ministerial seat in Cabinet. But we will also be looking into the future. There are a couple of other ministers' positions still vacant that will be reappropriated by the Prime Minister in his wisdom in the near future. So that is working on all of us. The challenge is on all of us, myself included, for all of us to step up to ensure that our people rightfully get the services and the service that we as ministers perform for our people in our beautiful country. I'd like to say thank you to two of our senior members of Pangu, Honourable Rainbow Paita, who's relinquished the Planning Minister, and for the moving forward for our nation, and also the Treasurer, one of our very, very senior members who's now assisting the Prime Minister while we look into everything that has transpired in the last couple of weeks. So I'd like to say a big, big thank you on behalf of the party, the Pangu Party. We are taking responsibility for whatever actions and events, and we are looking into it to all appropriate investigations and inquiries. I want them to send a big thank you to them.
Papua New Guinea, we must come
All right,
one nation,
ministers are sworn in.
one soul.